Hello and welcome everybody, what is going on to this MiaSanMiaTV, and this is going to be my thoughts on the first half to obviously the match against Hoffenheim. I'm just going to come out and say it, we have been pretty poor. We have been pretty poor. Now, Hoffenheim, I think if they would have led this half, that would have been totally fair, that would have been totally just, but so far in this first half we've been pretty poor. It's 1-1 obviously for an own goal. You know, we've scored for an own goal, they scored for a wonder goal. That kind of sums up the game in my opinion, and honestly we need to do better. The one area that we need to do better is we need to play faster in my opinion. Alonso, I don't know, I'm going to criticise him for obviously the goal because he wasn't there where he should have been. If you watch the replay, he should have, you know, stopped the player taking a shot. But then again, he kind of set up our goal, you know, through him passing it to Robin, and then Robin obviously passing it to Costa, who then obviously tries to square it and then it goes in. So he's a bit of both right now. His overall play has been pretty poor, let's be realistic here. In general, our whole midfield has actually been pretty poor. Now, this has not been Thiago's best day. You know, obviously, recently, he's been performing at 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 performances lately. But today, that was not the case. Or today, it has not been the case, I should say. So far, he's been eh. Vidal so far has been eh. Alonso so far has been eh. So, for me, what needs to happen, second half, Sanchez in, Sanchez in, Thiago plays deeper, and then you have Sanchez inject a little bit of physicality and a little bit of pace, because today we've not really looked up for it, we've not really gone for the challenges, we've not really gone for the ball. So I think that really needs to change in the second half. Yeah, so a few notable performances though. Costa, I think Costa has been pretty good. He's lost the ball a few times. Obviously, as a winger, you're always going to lose the ball a few times. But so far, every time he's got the ball, he's looked like he wanted to attack. So that's a very positive sign. Robin, on the other hand, he's been okay. He really, you know, the first 30 minutes or so, he really didn't do much. But then he just suddenly switched it up a little, like for the last 10 minutes or so, and actually played much better. So he's had a poor start, and he's slowly getting better. He's slowly been getting better. So I'm hoping in the second half he's either gonna prove, or I can expect Coleman to get in, because Coleman, he obviously has that pace. His first thought is always to go forward, which is actually, if you think about it, it's a thought for all our wingers. You know, their first thought is to go forward. But so far it's not been going that well. And we just need to do better. We just need to do better, and the way we do that is by injecting more pace, by not being as stagnant as we have been, by not being as what's the word I'm looking for? By not being as, I'm not gonna say boring, but by not being, if you look at the shots, right, by not being as cautious as we have been. If you look at the shots, we have had 2 shots on goal. Hoffenheim had 3, and yeah, that's pretty poor. That is pretty poor, and honestly, that needs to be improved. But besides that, Hoffenheim, so like I said, so far they've done really well. They've honestly, if they would have led in this half, that would have been deserved in my opinion. But that's just what I think, ladies and gentlemen. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. As always, people, rate, comment, I don't know why I'm saying that, because obviously there's still a second half to go. But yeah, I'll see you in the second half. Peace out, everyone, and have a nice day. Bye. Well, that was a catastrophe, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, that was actually pretty bad. That was actually, honestly, it was probably exciting for a neutral, but that was honestly pretty bad from a Bayern fan's perspective. Now, it's a 3rd draw already this season, which is, still considering you're looking at past seasons, it's pretty high. But it's still okay. It's still okay. What really bothered me today was that, similar to how we were playing at the beginning of the season, that we only had like a plan A, which was essentially cross the ball. I don't have the stats right now available, but I think that we had like 30 crosses and maybe like 5 or 6 chances created from the middle. Honestly, I'm looking back at it, and yeah, we probably should have won. But if Hoffenheim would have won, it wouldn't have been unfair. So I'd say it's a pretty deserved draw, and ultimately, you know, it is what it is. But I think the substitutions were wrong. That's the very first thing I want to point out. Like I said, I thought that Sanders should come on, bring out a little bit of paper and a little bit of speed into the match. He didn't come on. Alaba came on for Boateng, so I don't know what that really was about. I'm hoping Boateng is not injured. I don't know. But you know, that was a very weird substitution in my opinion. Coleman came on for Robin, I believe it was, which, you know, that I can understand. Then Müller came on for Vidal, which of course obviously was a good substitution in my opinion. Müller had the chance to score in the last minute, he didn't. Story of the season. I don't know. Today it's just been such a game where after the match I just feel down. There are obviously a few things that we can improve upon. First of all, obviously we need to be much better, and we need to be much more creative. I made a video about this like a while ago. I'll have it top whatever the eye is, whatever. Where I mentioned that there's a few things that we need to improve upon, and today I don't really think we were that bad. I just think we had the wrong tools for the job, and I think honestly we need a bit more creativity from the middle. Thiago, I mean, like I mentioned at half time, but all our midfielders were pretty poor. Alonso, he got better into the match, but he wasn't like he was any good or whatnot. I'll get into that like on my whole player ratings, but he got more into the match, but you know, it wasn't like he was actually that good. Thiago today, he had a good few passes here and there, but on the whole he was pretty poor as well. And then you have Vidal, who on the whole was pretty poor as well. But the one thing that I will credit Vidal is that he got into the box quite a few times just to give us that extra person in the box, which Thiago really didn't offer that much, and obviously Alonso's not going to offer at all. That's why for me Sanchez, you know, would have been a great choice, because he would have gotten into the box as well. Because at times, every time we did cross, we had only like 1 or 2 players in the box. So that's when Müller came on with actually 2 players in the box, and obviously you could tell how much more dangerous we've gotten. Well, the question is, I know a lot of people will question that, but the question is, should we play with Müller and Lewandowski? Both players have been pretty poor so far this season. I mean, Lewandowski not so much as Müller. Müller has been really poor this season. I think the shot in the last minute pretty much summed it up. Now the question is, should we play with both, considering now that we have essentially 4 fully fit wingers? Obviously we could play a 4-4-2 or whatnot. And for me, honestly, yes, I would, just because that way Müller can get some confidence back, maybe get 1 or 2 goals here, get some confidence back, and then he can, you know, play to his level again. But on our whole, I don't want to drag this video out too long. On our whole, it was a pretty game. It was a pretty meh game in my opinion. End to end, that's a positive, but from a Bayern perspective, there was just not enough at all. But that's just my take though. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comment section down below. As always, you can rate, comment, feel, and subscribe. Peace out and have a nice day.